This is one of the coolest things I've ever seen. It is legitimately actually quite fire, extremely so. It is called Squid Aimer. It is extraordinarily good. I am genuinely surprised that more people don't talk about this. This is a gold mine. What this is, if you guys have heard of aim labs before or Kovacs, things like that, they are softwares. They are softwares that let you improve your aim. Like you can just flick to different things if you click a button down. The ZR button in this case, which is to shoot. You can do this totally with your controller, by the way. Like it is like it's just like Splatoon, right? You have your gyro, you have your stick, you can set the sensitivities just like in game. You can invert the stick, never do this, but you can. You can set the V stick if you want to feel like Splatoon 2. Please don't. And you can even like calibrate it by just pressing the A button here. It's really customizable. But what we're going to do today, I kind of spoiled it just a bit there, but boom, is we're gonna rank each of the scenarios today based on one, how intense is the aim lab. Like if it's too easy, yeah, you might as well just play in game. Caveats. With the software, you do need to actually play the game. You need to play the game itself to actually get value out of this trial. Like just don't just do Squid Aimer and never play Splatoon. You have to do both for it to be good. But next is how realistic is it? Because there are some, I'm gonna do all of these, but there are some scenarios in here that are just scenario, by the way, is just the name of the exercise basically. But some of these are way too difficult to actually be like, they just won't be how squids move. It'll be intense for sure, but it won't be too, the movement won't be too practical. It'll kind of just be like only training. So like you want to hit that middle ground of, okay, this is how a squid moves and it's also intense enough to where I'm actually getting benefit out of it. And then the third thing is just how fun, which granted is more subjective, but you know, what I'm considering is, does it feel fun to push? Like if I actually get really good at the skill set, does it feel really rewarding? Basically that. But we're gonna start off with the most simple one. I think if you've used aim mobs before, if you've used Kovacs before, you will immediately recognize what this is like. Start and then very, very simple, right? Focus, so I'm not really speaking too much here, but it's exactly what it looks like. You hit ZR, one of the squares will appear. Goal is to just be really fast because the squares aren't too difficult to hit and they're also pretty big. So the emphasis here is just speed and pushing your skill cap. You obviously want to be as accurate as you can be because accuracy is what creates speed naturally over time. Like you don't just want to be spamming the shit. So a second caveat. Sometimes this is more of a general shooter thing. When people use software like this, they try to fully focus on improving your score. You don't want to do that. You want to aim like how you aim when you play the game itself. You don't want to be like aiming like any really floaty or precise. Well, actually, you do want to be precise always, but you don't want to be like floaty with it because that might give you a better score, better accuracy. But you're not going to aim like this in game. In game, you're going to be like boom, 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 boom. You're going to be like very fast. And there's also another concept that I'll just go over this just as a little, because I'm going to be doing this naturally. It's called two-step aiming. It's talked about in other shooters, mainly Valorant. But you want your aim to be like this. You want to flick twice. Your first flick is going to be fully for speed, just getting near the crosshair or near the opponent as fast as you can. So like if I'm here, flicking this guy like this. And then I kind of give it away there, but if you want to use a second flick, that's more of what we call a micro adjust, which is lightly adjusting or slowly adjusting onto the target to get a precise shot. So like 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And as you see me aim, I'm going to be naturally doing this because I just trained that idea so much. But it's very, very helpful for both having good speed and good accuracy and just improving your precision overall. So I want to do this one more time because I enjoy this scenario a lot. It was great for improving my speed. It still encourages me to be pretty accurate. I think the highest accuracy run I've gotten while getting a really high score was 95% accuracy, which is like pretty solid. I definitely think by using the software like repeatedly for like a extended period of time over months, you will get insane scores. But also the main thing is as long as you're aiming like how you aim in game, your aim will receive a massive benefit. It is ridiculous. It is quite excellent. So 15 more seconds on this. You can see my score and the accuracy in the bottom right. I don't pay attention too much to those in the moments because I'm kind of just like fully locked in on actually hitting the squares. But second here. Something like this. How about chargers? Oh, we'll get the chargers. There's something amazing for chargers coming up. But that was Frenzy, the first scenario so far. This one is going straight into, I'll take 8 here for now. Tiny dots. What this is it's similar to Frenzy, but not quite. Because now we have circles, first of all. And second of all, very, very precise, extremely precise. You see that little inner white circle on my crosshair? You have that light up onto the boost circle itself. I would actually say this is like definitely one of my weaker skills, but the software has helped me improve it a lot, which helps because I flex pen quite a bit because core is important right now. I'm just surprised that like no one talks about this. Like this is a generally like extremely good software. Just no one. I haven't even heard like a single person talk about it. Yeah, I really recommend giving it a shot. It's extremely good. But timeout's pretty solid software. It's not bad at all. I don't think this is like too applicable if you play like roller type stuff. Like sure there is precision with that kind of class, but like I think at that point you would prefer one of the ones with more intense flicks. These flicks aren't intense, but it's like you have to be so. Also, one thing, I'm not really doing it right now, but you can move around. I do think it is best to move around while you shoot. Just right now I want to prove like just my aim standing still, and then I incorporate movement, and then I become a god of the game. That would be really good for improving your precision. But personally, I am a frontline main, and I enjoy improving my precision, but it just feels like not like super dopaminergic for me. So I'm gonna put it in B tier. Next up though is medium dots. So similar to the small dots, just well, way larger. And I actually haven't played this one. I kind of just jumped straight to tiny dots the first time I saw it. So it's cool to see. I like this. This feels like actually flicking into an opponent in the game. The aiming of the shots feels very fairly intense. I wouldn't say too intense. It's cool. I do think this one is a little bit too basic for me. It's not insane. Like I think it's realistic, but I don't think it's like that hard either. But let's try small dots. Maybe small dots like the perfect middle ground for us. Ooh. Okay. Okay, this feels like a nice middle ground. You have the speed. You also have a fair amount of precision. Like you can't autopilot this. It's very interesting. Oh, decent aim pop off there. Yeah, that's cool. I like this one. This is going A tier for me. It's solid. All right, there's one more exercise here, which I find extremely interesting. 360 clicking. So, what makes this one unique is hit these with your front. And it's like, oh, where are they? Oh. So yeah, now there are these dots that are slightly moving and also pretty small as well. But this one is really nice for wording your ability, like just increasing your ability to just flick to someone you suddenly see on your camera. Be precise enough, and also moving at the same time, and that's so many different verticalities as well. So this is definitely, I'm a huge fan of this one. In terms of like realistic, while still being challenging and while still being fairly fun, I like this. It also encourages using the right stick, which I don't think enough players talk about using the right stick. Very, 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 very fun scenario. So I'm gonna put this in S tier. This is my first S tier. Okay, chefs, that was a short showcase of some of the scenarios in Squid Aimer. So download the software in the description below and try out the scenarios yourself. Take care, chefs.